Hello, Connective. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Comment, subscribe, and like without smashing anything, and let's get into this energy. This is a collective reading for Taurus. Taurus, I've already had gotten jumpers on your underlying and overlying energy of this reading. I've been sort of sitting in this energy, and there is a lot going on. So as soon as we get the cards to come out for the energy oracle here, we'll go over what we have. We got one card of the overlying energy from the Akashic deck and two cards of underlying energy from that one. And then we got one card of each underlying and overlying energy from the Universal Law Tarot deck. It's a Spiritual Awakening Universal Law deck. So we'll talk about what came out as soon as we finish this pass here with these. If I don't get a fourth card, I was going to say I want to pull one, but there we go. So I think we are good. All right, so for the overlying energy, we have the Queen of Roses. So I haven't been saying it every single time, but the Queen of Roses could be male, could be female. It's the Queen of Roses energy. So it's just someone who's a very nurturing and passionate kind of energy. Okay, so this could be man or a woman. You can identify as anything. And then you have the law of transmutation. Energize the mental picture of your dreams. I feel like Scorpio got this. So this is the overlying energy. It's basically kind of like if you're not the Queen of Roses, then the Queen of Roses is coming towards you. So this person is going to be, you know, passionate. They're going to be giving. They're going to be nurturing. They're going to be kind. They're going to be in a very powerful sense. So you would know if this is you. If not, then this person is coming towards you. So for the underlying energy, we have two out of the Akashic deck. So we have the Divine Physician, which is basically a healer. So again, if you're this person that's up top, you're this compassionate person, and you don't consider yourself to be a healer, somebody's either coming in who is a healer who is going to show you that you are a healer or show you how to be a healer, or a healer is coming towards you, okay? So you could also be this Queen of Roses and be a healer. This underlying energy is like the energy that we either want to embody, or we need to like bring it with us to get through a situation kind of a thing, or it's just more of a energy that's subtle that's there. I tried to pull cards for this reading actually a few times, and a bunch of different cards kept coming out, but they were like the same cards that had come out in other readings, so I was like clearing cards and starting over again. And this Divine Physician card came out twice. So somebody else got the Divine Physician before, but it didn't seem like the overlying energy, and that's why I had put it back in the deck and continued to try to pull cards. And then when this one came out, you know, it really couldn't get away from personas, like literally the King of Forces, you know, the Queen of Roses, like they were all these kings and queens kept coming out. So like I said, even if you don't identify with the female energy of it, the King of Forces is also a very powerful energy that's just patient and, you know, that kind of thing. So the energy that we're embodying here for this overlying energy is similar. And like I said, if this doesn't even sound like you in any way, shape, or form, somebody that has this energy is coming towards you. So again, if you're not the Divine Physician, the Divine Physician is coming towards you to either heal you or to show you that you can actually heal others, that you are also a Divine Physician. We are going to get into this. I got to see what these what energy cards came out. But also the Two of Scrolls came out for the Akashic deck for the underlying energy, and this one is Two Worlds. This one has also come out. And it is basically like dancing between two worlds. So like when you're trying to balance your 3D and your 5D life, it's almost like you have a job, so you work so much that you never have time to meditate and do stuff like that. Or at the same time, you know, you meditate and stuff so much that you just don't even really like either find the joy in your job and sort of forget about it, or you, when you're away from it, you miss it and then you want to go back, and then you spend time away from your spiritual life, and then there's you get this, there's like this missing component in your life because you need to find that balance. I remember in the other reading that this came out, I was talking about dancing between two worlds and how people really are going to have a harder time doing that. If they spend more time in the 3D, they're going to have a harder time getting back to the 5D. It's going to get to the point where you can't really, bounce anymore. You have to choose one kind of thing. And this card specifically, this Two Worlds card, was talking about how you, in order to really find that balance truly, you have to bring that 5D component into your 3D life all the time. Basically, you have to, like, as an example, as a hardcore example or hard example, be, when you're in this world and you're like, people are trying to, there's animosity on the road or something because somebody, you have to be that person who deals with other people like calmly. You have to deal with them in a 5D way. So, whatever you're doing, you want to do it for the purposes of being that, spiritual person, to do the right thing when no one's looking, even when you're in your 3D life kind of thing. I mean, those are just some examples, but there's an example for everything, an example for anything, and multiple examples for all. So it's basically telling you to pull that component in. And there's, like I said, multiple ways that you can do that. And then we have the law of increase. You were born for greatness. So this card basically was telling me multiple things. It was telling me about this kind of expansion here with this law of transmutation, like either, in becoming the Queen of Roses or being the Queen of Roses and becoming the divine physician kind of thing, but also in the sense of doing it in a way that's spiritual, to where the spiritual and the non-spiritual in that person's life is balanced. This is not easy. The law of increase was telling me that the more time I want to spend in the 3D, the more ingrained I'm going to get in the 3D. The more time I want to spend in the 5D, the more ingrained I'm going to get in the 5D. The more I put into whatever I put into, the more I'm going to get out of it. It's going to automatically increase. So if I'm trying to find balance between my 3D and my 5D with whatever gifts that I happen to have, I need to do it in a way where I'm bringing both with me and I let that increase, right? I bring everything that I can with me as the divine physician, or to become the divine physician from these two worlds, right? This is what I want to do, Taurus. So let's look at these. I didn't even see all the energy cards. Okay, so we have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. So this is our root chakra. This is being grounded. This is what I'm talking about. You're already coming from a place where you're like grounded, you're solid, you're this person here, you're at least this person here. Like I said, if you're not, you're almost woman holding a coin. We always say it could be a woman, could be a man, could be holding anything. The coin just kind of tells me again about this increase, about doing things in a certain way that when it's balanced, your money will come, your love will come, your companionship will come. You will grow as a person, you will transmute, you will become a healer, and then you will become a better healer. And the more time you put into your healing, the better a healer you will become, the law of increase. And then we have the Magician in the mirror. So empaths. Somebody else got this. I think it was Pisces, but I'm not positive. But yeah, so empaths. So now we're talking about this empath person who's patient, who's going to become a healer. Yeah, and your money growing, like I said. So we also have appreciation, which of course, anytime we're talking about abundance or anything else like that, either appreciation or gratitude has to show up. Because if it doesn't, then we're not really manifesting from a place that we should be. In this case, we're manifesting a transformation, even if that transformation is from bringing someone in. So it is the change, and it's the fact that that change is going to be like a snowball. I don't know. I felt like some of you guys might have had a little bit of fear when I said that. What is that? It says investigate. Empath card. Messages for a rabbit. Sage is killing me. So basically, well, I was going to say don't be afraid. It always brings me to the story of how, like, if you told somebody what they were really going to be doing with their spiritual awakening, like when they were like, you know, had been evolving for years and just really putting in the work and trying really hard to like go in a certain direction, and you told them, hey, you're gonna be the divine physician, you're gonna be the magician, you know what I mean? The person would be like, you know, they'd be afraid. You know, especially if at the time that you told them this, they had been spending a lot of time in that 3D place, right? They would be like, what do you mean? You know, they know of spiritual stuff, but they may consider themselves like more of an empath than they would to be considered, you know, like a divine healer kind of thing. You know, maybe they don't realize yet. Sometimes it's the person who, like, when you're at the softball game, just rubs your shoulder for a minute and like puts it back into place. Like they just don't realize that they're a healer. They, like, rub your ankle and you can go play the rest of the game, and you get to the hospital and you're not even really hurt. Like, it's just like you kind of go, oh wow, I thought for sure I did something, but somebody just fixed it for you. I've seen that a lot. To the point where when somebody comes to somebody like that and says, hey, you're a healer, that person can't say, no, I'm not, you know. So if you've never been that person that like can massage the kink out of someone's back, or, you know, rub their arm and make it feel better or whatever, you know, finding out that you're a healer might be a little bit harder to deal with. You know, I always see, when I see the empath card, or I see something that, you know, reminds me of empaths, it's always kind of like that they have to be a healer, because they have to, the sensitivity and the stuff that they go through, they would be wrecked if, I could have sworn I felt another card. I am not doing that again. You know, they have to heal from it. Otherwise, they would be like wrecked. They wouldn't be able to, every time they got their feelings hurt, they would be like, you know, curling up in a ball. I'm just going to make sure. Yeah. No. All right. So I guess I will pull one, since only two came out. I see clock time. Oh, okay. So it's pretty close to messages for a rabbit. We have clock time. So time, pressure, and a rush. So usually this is my like hurry up divine timing card. And then keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. Interesting that this card is coming out. We'll have to figure that out. Follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. Follow the white rabbit. I'm not picking up this card, keep your temper. I mean, it does say anger. Don't allow anger to rule you. I'm not picking it up as anger. Usually I do. I'm picking up temper as like your temperament, like how we were kind of talking about when we're transmuting, when we're coming out of the 3D and trying to like, you know, be, let's call it a better person. Like when we're talking about the divine physician, we're not just talking about learning how to heal people. Like as I was kind of getting to before about being an empath, like you should already know how to sort of like emotionally heal people. So I feel like that comes with being an empath. Some people might not think so, especially if they feel like they might be disempowered or something like that, or they just feel like being an, like the idea, basically adopting the idea that being an empath is weak. It's not. And so I could see how that idea might get in the way of someone thinking that they are like, I was going to say worthy of transmuting. It's interesting that I said worthy, but follow the white rabbit is saying to go down that hole, to move. So even if you're not sure, you get presented with it, it's clear, but you go, oh, I think they have the wrong person. You know, they're saying that opportunity is there for a reason. The opportunity is not presented to people who don't deserve the opportunity. The opportunity is there for a reason. It's not a long way away. This clock time, the longer the time goes by, wow, I've never seen felt like a timing like this. But the longer the time goes by, the more the snowball, the bigger the snowball. So, wow. You have to you have to take that as it resonates. If it happens now, instantly tomorrow, you're going to go, oh yeah, that's what they said, da 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 da. If you know this is your reading and it doesn't happen for 3 months, when it does happen, it's going to happen big. Like it's going to be, you're going to figure out you're a healing in like an obnoxious way. You're going to find out you're a healer, something like that. And the funny thing about stuff like that is you could do it through ways that you could be doing it the whole time. It's kind of like sitting at the bus stop and somebody just starts talking to you. They had a bad day and they're talking to you. And then by the time their bus comes, like they just feel better. And let's say you could have done that over and over again at the bus stop and still not realize that you're a healer, right? But then something will happen where somebody will be suicidal and you'll just talk to them for 5 minutes and then they won't be suicidal anymore. And then you'll realize what a powerful healer you are. Something like that. I mean, that's an extreme situation, but the reason why I said it like that is because, like I said, if 3 months goes by from the time you see this reading to the time that's whatever this is that happens, there's going to be some momentum behind it. None of these moons want to talk. Why? All right, we're going to pull them. Where are we? That came out for somebody else. New moon in Aries. Ooh, maybe not. Go for it. New moon in Aries is now. New moon in Aries has been going on in March and in April. Last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. So there might be an Aries involved with you, Taurus. Or there's somebody like the person that's coming in the divine position. Maybe that person might be an Aries. First quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. So here we go. We have like follow the white rabbit next to go for it, right? Keep your temper and work through your feelings. And then cards that want to get away. Believe in your good luck next to clock time, right? We're really close to going to see what the blind spot is. I'm curious what your blind spot is, Taurus. But I will say that from this, you know, there doesn't seem to be a lot hidden, but I feel like when you do see it or when it does come, you're not going to realize like the magnitude of the situation. Like if it's a great opportunity, you won't see it for what it is yet because you won't realize how big it is. Something like that, right? And believing in your own good luck is kind of like believing, like if you're this person and then somebody comes up to you and they say to you, well, you're this person too, and you just have a hard time believing it. Believing, like I said, if the opportunity is there, if somebody's presenting you with something, they're showing you that you're a healer, they're showing you how to be a healer, they're a healer, they're showing you how to be a healer, they're showing you that you're an empath kind of thing. Just trust that that lesson is there at that time for a reason, right? Believe in your good luck. See that at clock time, when it comes, that's when you need to know, kind of thing. Like I said, sometimes when we find out a little bit early, we get a little bit nervous. We're trying to figure out what's going on. We want to we want to stop things, or we want to spend too much time. Let's say in the 3D, we kind of say, well, we'll just get back to that later, right? And then we spend more and more time not doing the things that we want to be doing, or that we said we were going to do, or that we should be doing. And I hate to say it like that. That's why I avoided it in the beginning, should be doing. But When I say it that way, I mean things that you feel that you should be doing that you're not doing, not things that other people feel that you should be doing, right? Things that you're like, I should be doing this, but you're not doing that. That's you going against your intuition, and that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about working through your feelings. You know, understanding that when you are bouncing back and forth between two worlds, that you can integrate them. There is a way to do it. It's different for everybody, so I couldn't sit down and tell you to take notes, but I can tell you that there is a way, and I can tell you that there's more than one way. So if you are trying to balance between two worlds, or you're trying to come to terms with something, you just figured out you're this and now you're finding out you're this, you were an empath, now you're a light worker, and now you're a healer. This is a possibility. These things happen. You just have to know that you probably are all those things, to be appreciative of it, because at some point there will be other gifts that will want to come in, and you want to acknowledge and use the gifts that you have that show up first, so that those gifts can come in. And at the same time, you want to be open for whatever's coming at you, because whatever you perceive it to be, when it comes like the first time without any kind of preparation as to where you're going in life, you might want to shy away from it or get scared, or even if you didn't, you might just miss it, right? So let's figure out what your blind spot is, Taurus. I want to see what's holding you back from this. Just remember that you are a healer. You are an empath. You probably are a light worker, and there's probably some other stuff that goes along with it. When that time comes, if you're presented with an opportunity and your intuition is not telling you to move away from it, then move towards it, right? And believe that when it came to you, whatever it came to you because you were deserving of it. And it came to you because it was the right thing for you at the right time. All right. So if this is your reading, Taurus, meet us over at the extended. The link will be in the description. And if not, until we meet again.